Good evening, Donnie Rodgers, 416 Southeast Quarter, Downtown Lee Summit Executive Director of Main Street and also Downtown resident. I'm here to speak in favor of this project. Our Board of Directors for Downtown Lee Summit Main Street are in support of the rezoning of this site for PMIX for additional housing for the downtown area. It's no secret. 2004, it was said in the downtown master plan we need more housing. The 2015 master plan task force, when it was revisited, said we need more housing downtown. There's a question earlier about what the economic impact of a residential unit in the downtown area would be. There was a study done by the National Trust for Historic Preservation's Main Street program and the state of North Carolina in 2014, looking specifically at their Main Street communities and the impact of upper floor housing has on a downtown. A apartment that rents for $800 to $1,200 a month, rented by a couple, they have a total impact on the local economy of the downtown if the retail and services are available of $18,000, over $18,000 they'll spend on an annual basis right there in the community. That's with 125 units, that's over close to $2.5 million worth of sales right there in the center of our community, in the heart of our community. That breaks down some of the highlights of that. Food away from home, so dining out, say at Neighborhood Cafe or Whistle Stop, they spend on average $1,500 a year. Women's apparel, shopping at Jolly's, Lux, finishings for her, they spend $336 annually. Furniture, like Cameron's, they'd spend about $259 annually. So, I mean, this is an economic need for our downtown. Our businesses need more shoppers. They need more people living close by. I moved to this community almost 3 years ago. I couldn't find housing. I looked at Summit Ridge, ended up living at Summit Ridge up at Tudor Road next to Lee Summit North. Probably 400 units in that complex. There was no one bedrooms available. I ended up renting a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. I now live downtown in one of the newer apartments that have been built in the downtown community, built in 1970. This is a need. I've been a homeowner. I loved my little craftsman-style bungalow I owned and renovated myself, but I also value my time. I work 50, 60 hours a week. When I go home, I don't want to worry about a yard. And so an apartment complex like this offers incentives to younger individuals and also empty nesters, creates a community that we all want to live in. Downtown for me is my backyard. That's where I drink my beer. I visit friends. I interact with businesses. It is my community. And so, you know, I don't have a need for a yard or a fence or anything. And so just wanted to relay that. And just also, the question has come up before about, is there a demand? The housing study said there was a demand with Downtown Lee Summit Main Street. We have a page on our website titled Apartment Rentals. It stays empty 99% of the time. Once an apartment or loft goes up on it, it's probably about a week before it's rented. In the last year, we had 2,400 pages viewed of that page. That's 2,400 people coming to look at our website looking for a place to live in our downtown. And 99.9% of the time, they come to an empty page. So, and that's all. I mean, the design standards will review this design multiple times moving forward. As of right now, it's something we do support. It does fit within the design standards that were adopted in 2013. So,
thank you.
Thank you.
Other comments from the
Mayor,
chair?
I have a question.
Okay.
Oh, it's just that when someone wants to throw economic data to me, I need to make sure that these expenditures you just calculated, are those based upon current residents of the city or non-residents?
That dollar amount, that was in North Carolina. That was a study done by the National.
Is it inside the area they're surveying?
Let
me just where I'm going. Is this a redistribution of existing sales?
The study looked at that as the amount of money they would spend within the downtown if those services were available. So depending on where these residents are coming.
Right. So we don't know that.
No. So, I mean, it just kind of depends on where these residents are coming from. And so.
And I'd agree.
And, you know, it's one of those things where we have a shortage. I mean, we get calls weekly looking for housing. And so it's hard to know. I mean, people like me that maybe finally found one little apartment in the downtown area, you know, I mean, yeah, it would be redistribution of me, but there's other individuals I think that are wanting to live in Lee Summit. There's just not the opportunity there.
Thank you.